The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business. Right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Back into it and back at it again. You found The Local Show, the last bastion of great talk radio right here.
Oh, will you stop it with that last bastion
on
thing?
570, yes.
My God, you say that. You can't even make eye contact when you say that, because
Well,
you know.
it's because I'm looking at notes and things like that. But yeah, so Steve, we've got a special guest right now that's going to be real fun to talk to. It's Julie LaFave. She's the new director of the Great New York State Fair. I would make friends with her because, you know, oftentimes they don't let Steve in. They see him coming.
They let me in. It's just there's way too many police at the fair. I don't know. They're all suspecting.
I'd love to hear those backstories.
Well, at least Steve's tall. You're tall like that.
Well, when they wear a hat, they're all tall. You know, the guys that are 5'8" are like 6'2" with a hat.
Have you
on.
ever seen a short trooper? I've never seen a short trooper before.
No, actually.
Even the women are tall. Everybody's big.
It must be part of the deal.
Yeah.
It is. We got to make it intimidating.
Is that what it is?
You can stay in
for
line.
safety.
Behave at the fair.
That's right. And it should be that way. So, Julie, where did you come from? Are you a Syracuse native?
I am not a Syracuse native, but
No?
I'm getting close there. I've been here 19 years.
Okay, that's a long time.
I've been here 19 years, but I grew up in the state of Michigan.
Oh,
and then
okay.
I did that thing in my 20s where I was like, I'm just going to move around the country a bit.
Right,
So I
yeah.
moved all over the place. Moved into those states that nobody lives in: North Dakota, Idaho, Alaska, Colorado.
I just found in Idaho. I know there's nobody there.
No, and then I moved here from North Dakota in late 2005, and I've been here ever
For
since.
what? What did you come here for?
Because I didn't want to live in North Dakota anymore.
You're right.
No, I just military ended for my partner, and we were looking for somewhere else to live, and this was where the first job opportunity.
Yeah.
That's
So we moved.
Idaho, Mountain Home Air Force Base, probably.
Oh
my gosh!
I
can
did
you
my
believe that?
internship on Mountain Home,
you?
Idaho. Yeah,
That's where my son was. So.
Yeah, I lived in the dorms there.
Yeah, okay.
I wasn't in the military, so they couldn't understand why I was there.
That's funny.
But no, so I moved here in late 2005, and this is home. I'm raising a child here, and I fell in love with it here.
So you came here to be the director of the fair?
No,
eventually. That was the path I eventually took.
Did you go to college for something specific? Or
I did. I went to college at Central Michigan University.
Okay.
Fire up chips. That's what we say. I got my undergrad in outdoor recreation and environmental education, and then I got my master's in public recreation administration, which just kind of somehow got me into government, civil service type work.
What's the first one you said?
Outdoor recreation and environmental.
So you played volleyball. What is that?
No, it was basket weaving.
What would that qualify you to do? Like, what do people with that degree typically do?
So, the reason I was in Mountain Home actually is I was a whitewater raft guide, a kayaking guide, backpacking guide.
Tough stuff.
I wanted to take people out into the woods and give them experiences. So that love of giving people experiences kind of morphed into, I've worked in 3 parks and recreation departments here in the county.
Gotcha.
So I just kind of naturally moved into event management and
that
running
makes
things.
sense then.
So that's how it was kind of a natural transition to the fair.
Yeah, nice.
It's a gigantic event.
That is something else. I never got into those types of recreation. I'll do stuff in the gym where it's safe, but whitewater rafting, chopping down trees.
Is it true with your background you're going to dive off that high board at the fair into that little pond with the divers? Is that true?
It's a requirement in year 3, so I got some training time to do.
So now you got over to the fair.
Yes.
And is that and you have to help me here because I'm not like really politically connected or anything. Is that a political appointment type thing?
I think it used to be much more. I can't really say for sure. I'm hoping that I'm not. I don't know anybody. Can I just say that? I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody important. I mean, I do now just through working, but I don't know anybody important.
Okay.
I would like to think that my resume speaks for myself, but
like you didn't have to go and lobby yourself to somebody in Albany.
No, it was honestly a normal application and interview process.
Gotcha.
The director role, I was already at the fair. So I started last year as operations director. So I served as a year at the fair and then became interim and then applied with other, during a nationwide search. So.
Right. Okay. I see. So as director of operations, what did you do and how does it differ from the current role?
So as director of operations, I was doing exactly what that sounds like, managing the operations of the day to day. So last year I was very much in the background, which was okay with me. Yeah. But, I had my radio on and, if we lost power in one area of the fair or there was just some kind of emergency or a horse whatever.
Went rogue,
whatever it was. I was in the background working with all of the staff who manage the operations, our event staff, our property staff.
The fair is 365 days a year property. It isn't, okay, the fair, the state fair is a couple weeks and we do that, but that's way bigger than the state fair. Is that fair?
Yeah, and I'm actually really glad you say that because people think we're just a 13-day operation because when we hire people, and even myself, people say, well, what do you do the other 10 months of the year?
Right.
Well, okay, well, we have 200 plus other events happening. So
is it really 200?
Yeah, we have staff right now that who their job has nothing to do with the fair. They're going to help out during the 13 days of the fair, but they're working right now just as busy as everybody else. Man, right after the fair ends, we have a horse show coming in. Yeah. We have an RV show coming in. They have all these events coming in. So as soon as the fair ends for the public, we already roll right into what's coming next.
Everything else, yeah. And then, of course, then the winter months come and you have to make sure the buildings are all spruced up for the boat show and for the RV shows.
Yes,
and all
and then we're always trying to
craft
promote
fairs.
And we try to promote to get new shows here.
Right.
We are trying to be an event center year round.
Yeah.
Why should someone have an event at the fairgrounds versus other options that they have?
We have a lot of different building sizes to choose from. Mm-hmm. So, if you have an event that's just for 50 people, a small little fundraiser, we have a building. If you have an event that's going to have 5,000 people at any given time, we have the Expo Center.
Right.
If you want to have an outside event, we have a space for whatever type of event you want to have, and we do not have any shortage of parking. You don't have to worry about paid parking unless the event promoter wants it to be, but we have the size facility that will serve any size.
And that Expo Center is just wonderful, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
Yeah. I
like that. Put an airplane in there. Oh, they have.
Yeah. I like that big event you guys had where everybody got shots. That was fun. That was one of my favorite events over there at the Expo Center.
No, well, our friends, New York State Maple, we do a lot of work for New York State Maple.
Helen.
So Helen will be here tomorrow or next week or whenever it is. And we do the marketing for the state for all the Maple. So Maple, they have in January, they have their conference over there. They've had it over there before. But coming now, the fair, Maple ice cream, Maple popcorn.
Plus, when you talk to Helen, they're also bringing their mobile Maple experience all 13 days of the fair. Last year or any other year was only there for one single day.
And they are thrilled with that. Yes. So if you like Maple, right outside the horticulture, the west entrance, if you can figure out which way west is.
Right by the trooper exhibit.
Right by the cops. Right, the cops again.
Oh, wait, are you allowed to go there?
Yeah. Hey, but that is part of what you guys have made space for them, which is wonderful. And it's right in that. It seems like there's some common sense going on here.
What's really nice too, so if you can visualize the Maple exhibit inside the horticulture, you know how it's a build out?
Know it well.
Okay, so across on the other wall now, we have another build out for Taste New York. So when you walk in, you're going to see one roof built into the wall for the Maple, and now you look around and you're going to see Taste New York.
So what's in the Taste New York? What
Taste
people see there?
Taste New York highlights local New York grown and produced products from New York.
Would that include craft brews?
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, it does. And they change over the vendors every few days too. So check it out every day. It's going to mean somebody new.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people that go to the fair are right from this area. Mm-hmm. When I saw that, it was amazing. It's a New York State Fair, but it's almost like the Syracuse Fair way. I feel like when we go there, we always see people We don't just go once because it's, what are you doing tonight? I don't know. Let's go to the fair. Is there a concert? I don't know. Let's get food.
You know what else is really popular, though, is the train. We get so many calls for people wanting to pick up the train from Buffalo, Rochester, Albany, or so to come to the train. So
does that actually
there's a train stop in the fair.
Oh, I thought those trains were just
it's only active during the fair.
All right, but there's antique trains you can walk.
Oh, no, this is Amtrak.
That's the actual Amtrak.
Amtrak they activate a stop during the fair and it drops you off right at the fairgrounds.
Oh, that's really
I never knew that.
Yeah.
So you can come from Albany.
Spread the word.
On the train.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
And then you can get out the same.
You can come from New York City.
Yeah, all the way from New York.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, do we have to have them? I'm just kidding. So anyway, look, Julie, this is a great conversation. I'd like to keep it going if you don't mind.
Not at all.
Steve didn't scare you away yet?
Not yet.
Okay, good.
Anytime.
Then we're going to continue our conversation with Julie LaFave. She's the director at the Great New York State Fair. She's already been there a year, so I'm not even going to call you new anymore. You've been there. So this will be great. And we will talk with her next on the local show on 570 WSYR.
The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business. Right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome back and welcome in. This is hour number 2 of The Local Show. Get ready for riveting interviews as we continue to talk with Julie LaFave, director of the Great New York State Fair, and then we'll introduce Anne Marie Smith. She's development director of the Reading League. Mike Serrao, the owner of Butternut Sport Shop, and then finally we'll wrap things up with Tom Wolf, who's the owner of Bath Pros, right here on The Local Show. So Julie LaFave is the director, not the new director, because she was there as what was you were operations manager?
Operations director.
Yeah, operations. So you're more than acquainted. Tell me about the safety of the fair. And the reason why I ask that is I have girls who are now in their middle 20s and everything, but
still living at home off their father.
when they were younger, we sent them there. I think they went there when they were like 14 or 15, and I said to my wife, "We're not going to let them just go wild at the fair. That's not safe enough." Is it safe to have your young people go?
Yes, it's safe. We are doing so many things that people will never know about or see.
Yeah.
At any point in time during the fair, we have a number of state agencies monitoring social media, monitoring any potential threats.
Interesting that you say that. Social media they have to monitor.
We monitor everything.
Yeah,
when we bring in the professionals, the specialists who know what they're looking for. So they are sitting in what's called our JOC, our Joint Operations Center.
Right.
So people walk by this building all the time and they have no idea they're walking by it. But anytime you go in there's about 12 state agencies in there at all times monitoring everything. But we're also making advancements in metal detection too. We're upgrading metal detectors that are going to know the difference between sunglasses or your watch versus an actual weapon because of the type of the condensed metal or whatever it is. They know the terminology. I don't need it. As long as they know what they're looking for. But no, we are constantly monitoring that. We have camera footage everywhere. We have drones up in the air at any point in time, especially at night, looking for any activity.
Excellent.
And
That's great.
The pilots of those know what they're looking for. So if they just see any quick movement, it might just be a kid running towards the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, right.
But they know what to look for. So we're constantly monitoring, and we have. We're basically a functioning city. We have troopers, we have an infirmary, we have DOT, we have Department of Health, Department of Labor. We're a functioning city, so we're going to keep people safe the same way a city
that makes me feel
would
good.
make their citizens safe.
Because not only for the the teens and tweens, you also have elderly people that might want to go out there, and they need to know that they're safe. And I was a little concerned with the whole smoking thing. And tell me about if people want to do the recreational drugs. How does that tie in? Because I get the idea that some people feel that they can just go smoke a bowl somewhere.
Well, so, marijuana comes in many forms.
Yeah.
We are smoke-free. We're a smoke-free fairgrounds.
Yeah.
So we ask anybody who's going to smoke, whether it's tobacco or other, to do it outside the gates. We have specific gates that are foot traffic friendly,
gotcha.
pedestrian gates.
So we're not going to smell anything in the fairgrounds.
We hope not to.
We hope not to.
So stoned gate 1, stoned gate 2, stoned gate 3.
Yeah. But just like you go to the state parks, they're smoke free. So we're smoke free.
Okay. That's wonderful.
I like that.
We like it too.
Yeah. I do have a grudge.
I have
a big grudge.
Let's hear it.
Oh boy!
You took my racetrack away. I know it was before you were there. Can you put it back?
Yeah, that was so long ago.
That was my memories. There are old people like me that go, "Oh, that was so fun!" And you go and the demolition derby and the race on Labor Day and the noise and
the horse races. Yeah, we hear that often. I'm sorry that somebody else did that to you, but we do. I don't know that that's coming back, but we do have a long-term capital plan for building new buildings. So you're going to keep seeing improvements.
There's room over there.
Yeah, you're going to see a greenhouse in a few years, a new sheep and wool center, a new FFA building. We're going to continue to upgrade the restaurants. Basilios is the new one this year. We have a few left that are going to be replaced. So you're going to see new, interesting, and exciting projects continue.
But it is lovely. There's a time when things have to change. It's just there's a loss. When you have, the Expo Center, Tom.
It's beautiful.
It's just a stunning building.
So we tried to balance, when we pick out vendors to come to the fair.
Sure.
People who come back have first right of refusal, so we're not trying to kick anybody out because there's that nostalgia. You come and you get your corn dog or you get your fried pickles.
The guy waxing the car.
Right. We don't want to remove...
He's been doing that for the same car for 50 years in the Center Park.
We don't want to remove the nostalgia of it, but if somebody opts to not come back, we do try to replace them with something new and interesting that we don't already have.
Yeah. So I know that... food is a big thing. Do we have any new foods that are coming on the heels of that conversation?
We do. We have somebody who does what's called chocolate taps. It's an Italian chocolate that comes out of a tap on strawberries. Sounds great. We have caviar this year, if you're into that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's something new.
Steve likes
If you don't like it, you can always go fishing. Yeah.
Chicken wings is such a common food, but it's never really been at the fair. So we have chicken wings.
Right.
Our cultural villages. So we have Asian Village, Latino Village, Pan-African Village. They each have some new foods. So you're going to see some new culturally diverse foods in all of them. So please check them out.
I don't know that it's changed much in the, what do they call that? The
Pan-African?
No, not the the
Indian?
Nations in the
Indian Village.
No, not the
Sorry.
Wrong nation. Wrong
League of Nations.
No, it's the one the building with all of the different
the
with
eatery.
The Greek foods.
They used to call it they used to call it the
international building.
International
the
building.
international. So last year, sadly, so we call it the eatery now.
Okay.
But last year there were about 6 vacant spots.
Oh,
Not this year.
Good. Yeah, that's what I was getting to.
Not this year.
Well, when the fair went to 160 days there a few years ago, they scared a lot of people away, and they just couldn't maintain it.
Well, it wasn't just couldn't maintain it, but the Erie County Fair starts today.
Oh, good.
And that's one of the largest county fairs in the nation.
Yeah, Erie's
so
pretty big.
when New York State Fair started earlier, they actually were competing with Erie County Fair, and a lot of the vendors at the Erie County Fair are they leave on Sunday. When Erie County Fair ends on Sunday, they leave, pack up, and come to us, who start 3 days later. So
that's tough.
That's why you lost a lot.
That's why.
It's not the only reason why. But
by the way, new foods, New York State maple. Marshmallows with chocolate on them, maple.
Yes, dark chocolate
with maple on the marshmallows.
Maple mallows.
Yes, maple mallows. So that's another
food. She knew. See how she knows that?
That's why they made her the boss. Right. Concerts. We have concerts?
We have a lot of concerts. And
spill a few of them.
We have them for hopefully all tastes out there. For the kids, we have Blippy, Kids Bop. We have Flow Rider for those people who want the nostalgia.
Apple bottom jeans.
That's right, with the boots with the fur. That's what we encourage people to wear that day as well. Megan Maroney. And then we have a new show that is at Chevy Court. We've never done a 9:00 show at Chevy Court. It's DJ Swifty. It's a Taylor Swift DJ.
Oh. So, and what does he do? Just spin Taylor Swift?
Yeah. He plays
people probably be dancing everywhere, right?
And then, you can't talk about the fair in recent years without saying Chubby Checker or Herman Noon, Herman's Hermits.
Yeah.
So we have something hopefully for all tastes.
That's excellent.
And it's a little different every year. I heard you saying that. Mm-hmm. So any other reason we should go back?
So I talked about Asian Village and Latino Village. Last year they were 4 days each. This year they're 5 days each. We have a new one-day DJ festival that's happening.
What is that?
It's... people, I think of DJs as only one type of music. It's really not. So we have a local DJ Bella, who's coming, and she's getting DJs from around the state to spin positive messages music, but just all different types of DJ, and introduce people to that type of music. Sensory Day is coming. We have the expansion of Maple. We're going to be announcing soon Parks Day, because Parks is celebrating 100 years, and you have the smallest state park at the fairgrounds. There's quite a bit happening
there.
We have new rides as well on the Midway.
Okay.
How about has technology played into this fair?
We're upgrading the Wi-Fi at the main gates, which is actually a big deal, because people wait to buy their tickets when they get to the fair, and you can't buy a ticket if you can't get a signal. So
seems like a problem.
So actually, technology upgrade is actually pretty important in the parking lots and the main gate, because we don't want people to not be able to buy a pass in.
Right. And really quickly, who'd you bring with you here?
I brought Sean Farnsworth, our public information officer, who will make sure I'm equipped with everything. All the information.
Yeah. Wow. Now, does he have to handle, if something goes wrong, does he have to handle all the press or anything, or do you handle that too?
Nope, he's on standby at all times.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. He's not saying a lot now, but that's because he's thinking.
It's safe. It's safe. Well, we're going to see you at the fair this year.
I hope so.
Excellent. All right. Well, coming up next, we're going to talk with Anne Marie Smith. She's the development director of the Reading League, and she'll be on the local show on 570 WSYR. Don't go away.